You know what the problem is? The problem is we're looking at, oh, it's the money, or it's I don't have love, or I don't have the right resources, or the business isn't growing, or I'm not able to date, or I don't have the right body, or I'm not eating healthy. Those are the outcomes. Those are not the problems. Do you know what the problem is? The problem is who and what you're attracting. It's who you are and what you're attracting that's creating the outcome and the result that appears to be the problem. I realized this in my own life, in my own journey, because I was thinking we have money problems. Cauvee, the reason why you can't scale your business right now, the reason why there's resources that you need that you can't buy right now is because you have money problems. It's not a money problem. It's a Cauvee problem. Cauvee, the reason why your team members are not executing the way you need them to, the reason why your company's not growing the way you envision is because the team member is not following your leadership. Your leadership needs to improve, Cauvee. That's the problem. It's who I'm attracting. It's what I'm attracting. It's what I'm creating. It's what I am creating. So yeah, the leadership is a problem, right? The money is a problem. The health is the problem. The romance is the problem. The fitness is the problem. The diet is the problem. But hear me loud and clear. That's not the problem. That's the outcome of the problem. And the problem is you're not attracting what you want because it's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. And you say, well, how do you know that, Cauvee? Because I'm telling you that it's me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you that you have to change. I have to change. We have to change, because then the outcome and the problem won't be the problem. The outcome will be different because who we become and what we attract will be the outcome that we envision from the beginning. Does that make sense? We're attracting the result, which is the illusion of the problem. I was listening to Jim Rohn the other day, and he was talking about if you really want to reap, which this comes from, ancient wisdom. It says that if you want to reap or you want to harvest, you have to do a lot of sowing. You've got to do a lot of planting. That's the way it goes. So if you want to get a garden, you've got to put seeds in the ground and you've got to water them continuously in order to get the crop that you want. It doesn't work out that you can just go to the ground and start yelling at the ground, hey, give me some corn, please. I would like some corn today. I would like some tomatoes today. That's not how it works, right? That's not how it works. You've got to put the seed in the ground and water the seed and consistently water the seed and consistently follow the process. And then you get the outcome, the result, the corn, the tomato, or whatever it is that you're growing. That's the way it works. So if that's the way it works, and if that's the principle and the design of life, then what is any different about the outcome, the garden that we want in our life? Right now, you say it's money. Right now, you say it's business growth. Right now, you say it is fill in the blank. So what is the seed and the process of what we need to be doing with our garden so that we can get the result and the outcome that we want? You don't have money, health, business, life, personal problems. You don't have them. You have attraction problems. You've got to become the person you want to be to attract the result that you want to get. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. Like, that's how it works. Like, there's no secret to the game. It's not a secret. So if we want, or if you want to get that body, Then what's the seeds? What does that look like? Well, that looks like eating the right foods. That looks like following the right programs. That looks like scheduling time in the day, in the week, in the month to do the exercises. That's what that looks like. Those are the seeds. You got to plant them. You got to plant them. So if I'm looking at, well, we want more income, more revenue, we've got to deliver a lot more value. We got to do a lot more giving. We got to do a lot more planting. That's the requirement. It's interesting. I was just doing and writing a poem for a buddy of mine. It's his birthday today. And being that it's his birthday, I wanted to do something special. I was trying to get him a portrait. I found out from his girlfriend that he really loves like sailboats, and it was something that he used to do with his father and with his dad. Like that was how they spent time, and his dad, transformed and is no longer here. So I went to go and order, this sailboat painting with some words on it that was very motivational and inspiring. But I found that they wouldn't be able to ship the painting by the day, which was today, for his birthday. So I said, well, I'm not gonna do that gift. I want to do something special. I want to do something above, something that he wouldn't expect. So I decided to go ahead and create a poem today. And that's the kind of thing that for me, I decided that I want to do. Those are the kind of seeds I want to plant. I want to do things that people can't get and surprise them and go above and beyond and do that in a much bigger way. That's the principle of what I want to do to attract the results that I want to have. That's what I've decided. What have you decided? What do you need to decide? What is the next step? What is the next choice? Because it's all a choice. You say, well, Cauvee, again, my problem is not that it's not even a money thing, Cauvee. My problem is I'm not getting enough love in my life. I can't find a man, Cauvee, or I can't find a woman, Cauvee. There's nobody out here for me. They're too gay, or they're too straight, or they're too ghetto, or they're too evil. Whatever the words that you're using. My friend, you're attracting those types of people to you. So if you say you're not getting enough love from the romance market, then the seeds that you need to plant would be, how do I put more love into the world to become the magnet of whom I want to attract? That's the seed. I know a girl, she tells me there's no good men, and then she keeps men in her lives like that she's dated or they've been friends or whatever. They just linger around for like 14 years. And then she tells me that, because I'm trying to understand it. I'm like, why do you keep these guys around? Like, you're looking for love. Why are these guys still around? Because what will happen is these guys will come back, 14 years later or 10 years later. They're not married. She's not married. And they'll come back and they're like, yo. And they're talking to her on a level like, we've got this thing and I would like to, explore maybe us becoming a match, like maybe us like moving this thing forward. Like, I really care about you. And then she'll come and look at it like, well, hey, what happened? Did you go through all your Rolodex and your black book? And now you've come to me and now you're like, well, I'm the one because you can't find it anywhere else. And I said to her just the other day, I said, dude, look, why has it got to be that? Why has it got to be they've exhausted their Rolodex? Why has that come to your mind? They've exhausted the Rolodex. I said, look, if it took them 14 years just to get some sex, that person needs to work on their game. Like, who does that? Who's waiting for 10 years, 9 years, 14 years just to have some sex? I said, well, does it feel real? Does it feel genuine? Does it feel authentic? Like, do you really love them? She said, yeah. Okay, so y'all are friends. Yeah, we are. Okay, so if y'all are really friends and this person really cares about you, and now they want to go to this next level, and you're seeing maybe, because I guess she's asking like, why weren't you ready, when I was ready back, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 9 years ago? Why wasn't you ready when I was ready? And the person's like, I wasn't in the right mind space. I'm in the right space now. And her response is, well, maybe I'm not in the right space now. And here's what I told her, because this is what I'm talking to you. It's all in the mind, and it's all in what we need to attract in the seed that we're planting. I said, you know what? I said, I believe deep down. This is what I believe. I said, I believe that there's some things and there's some fears that you've been hurt in the past. And there's some things that you would want to grow through and accept that fear and look at that fear and do something with that past that you had. Do something with that experience so that you can grow through that experience and take a new choice and explore something. But there's a fear of being hurt. There's a fear there. And that's my thought with you. We all want the same things. We all want to live a life of love and happiness and fulfillment and freedom. But it's our choices. It's the way we see things. It's our perspective, because our perspective is driven by what we are planting. And this particular person who I'm talking about has been suffering from a lot of pain, and that pain is physically showing up in her body, in fibromyalgia and all these other ailments, in darkness. She not that long ago had somebody follow her around the grocery store and just being very evil to her. Like these things are happening. So it's telling me that there's an attraction. There's multiple attractions with all of us. We're all attracting good and bad. We're all attracting light and darkness. We are light and darkness. But what we get to do is get to choose. Do we want to be a principle and a product of light, or do we get to choose to be a principle and a product of darkness? And guess what? Seeds in the ground, they need sunlight to grow. That's the way it works. That's what they need. So what are the seeds of light that you need to plant so that you can get the result and get the outcome that you want? That is what we are talking about. What is it going to take for you to get that outcome you desire? Now, here's the reality. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter whether it's health, whether it's finances, whether it's love, whether it's spiritual. It doesn't matter what it is. And I don't say that being condescending. I don't say that being just ho-hum about it. Like, it doesn't matter. Whatever the result that you want, the outcome that you want, you've got to learn how to plant or produce waves, because it's all energy. Produce waves that ripple and compound to get what you want. That's what you've got to figure out. So here's some action steps. Number one, who do you need to model? Who do you need to model? And what I mean by who do you need to model, there's somebody out there that had this problem that you have, and they solved this problem. So who out there can you find that you can model, or maybe ask some questions and figure out, how did you solve this? How did you solve this? What were your steps and action plans? Who do you model? Number two, write down a list of everything you want. Write it down. I want somebody, if it's romance, I want somebody who is excited about being around me. I want someone who is loving and compassionate. I want somebody who, puts their interests behind mine, or they put my interests above theirs. I want someone who wants to spend time with me. I want someone who wants to tell me, that I'm beautiful, or that I'm amazing, or that I'm fun. I want somebody that wants to do some adventures and have some experiences. I want to be whatever that list is. Write it out. What do you want now? Now that you got it written down, I need you to start doing what is on that list to others. Write it down, list by list, step by step, trait by trait, characteristic by characteristic. Whether it's romance, whether it's money, what do you want? What do you desire? What is really in your heart, in your spirit, in your mind, in your consciousness? What do you want? Okay, Now you got it. You got it. It's written down. You got it. Okay. Now, start doing that. Today, start doing that. Start creating that. I said, Cauvee, you really need a harvest of money today. Okay, that's what I want. All right, who can I give to today? Who can I give money to today? Because that would be the seed to get the money to come back. Now, here's the really key thing, guys, about planting seeds. When you plant seeds, you make an investment, because that's usually what comes back. Well, Cauvee, if you spend money today, you spend $20 today, that just means you're going to get 20 back? Not necessarily. It's not usually how it works. We call an investment an investment. We invest our time, we invest our energy, we invest our love, we invest our money, we invest our resources. It's an investment that we expect to multiply. We expect it to compound and amplify, give us more back than what we put into the ground. We put in a seed, but we don't get a seed back from the ground. We get a tomato. We get corn. Like, that's how it works. You don't get a seed in and a seed out. You get a seed in and then you get a crop out. So no, that's not how that works. As in, if I plant the seed, or if I give out 20, or if I give out 100, if I give 1,000 or 1,000,000 or billion or whatever I'm giving, that I'm going to get that back is going to amplify. It's going to multiply. That is the way that it works. But if you have your list written down and you know what you want and want to receive, then now it's time to say, okay, well, if that's what I want to receive, I need to attract it. So then therefore I need to become it. I need to become the thing that I have on my paper, on my sheet. I need to become the woman that is the loving woman that is producing the ripple effects to attract the kind of guy that I want. I need to become the guy that is tackling the fear and looking at the reality of my mirror and who I really am and deciding I got to change me. I've got to change. I've got to grow to be the leader that puts out the energy, that puts out the messages that inspire the team, that motivate the team, that build the team up, that has the discipline to make sure that they know that I'm here on the team for you and doing everything in my power so that you produce for us so that we are winning as the team. I've got to become the athlete that is putting up the shots, or the athlete that is throwing the ball, or the athlete that is running the field, or the person in the gym that is repping the weight, or the person that is doing the stretches and the yoga, or the person that is saving and changing the bank account, or the person that is compounding whatever you are compounding. You've got to become the person. You've got to become the person. Are you hearing what I'm saying? It's you. Like it's me. I'm realizing that it's us. We've got to change. Number 3, what does it take to become great in your area of change? The area that you're calling a problem, what does it take to become great in that? Become studious, my friend. Become studious. Do the research. Reach out to the people that have solved it. Write out the list of the desires and start doing that. It's your boy, Cauvee. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope that this message serves you and finds you well. I know that you're capable of being in abundance. I know that you're capable of solving this illusion-like problem. I know that you're capable. You know that you're capable. It's time to start putting in the work and the effort to get the outcome and attracting what we want. It's your boy Cauvee. I love you. I appreciate you. Until the next time, you already know what it is. boost.